the UK government is they need to support their citizens and not persecute them. Now, things aren't as bad for us in America yet. I mean, it could get there. But anyway, all right, so many people want to say, oh, the rape gang thing, it's all about race. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Nobody believes it's just about race. Anyone should condemn any rapists anytime, any place, anywhere. And exactly that. I mean, I have no problem with condemning white people, so everybody else, I have no problem with condemning people who say they're Christians in the churches. Of course I know some of them are gonna go bad and fall and stuff, and yes, the truth is the truth. But what we have in the UK are these groups of people, apparently the Muslims, that they are not condemning the rapes and things. They're not condemning the rapes and the terrorism, and that seems to be the problem. And that is why Tommy Robinson has been created, because he's fighting for law and order, for freedom, and for equality. He sees what's going on, and he sees that the UK law enforcement is not looking out for the citizens. They have been either paid off or they are just trembling in terror, and it shouldn't be this way. Now, we should all be able to get along. What it is everybody has to say rape bad, terrorism bad. I don't care what color, what nationality, it's bad across the board. That's what I say. It's bad. Okay? And we all need to work together to eradicate it. I mean, it's probably unrealistic to think we're going to be able to eradicate all rapists and all pedophiles, but we all need to try. So, like I said, recently in the US, we had the Catholic priest bust-up scandal with all the molesting children for 20 years. Okay, yes, they were claimed to be Christians, they claimed to be priests, clergy, and they molested children. They're bad. Okay, they're white, I'll say they're bad. And they're supposed to be Christians, so they're bad. Okay? So, what we need the reciprocity from the other side. We need the Muslims to step up and say, no, these guys were rapists, they're bad, and we will not defend them. Okay, then we all get along, we're in agreement. But see, what happened here is the UK is that instead of people saying, okay, rapists bad, they're like, no, Tommy Robinson bad for protesting the rapists. And the government says, okay, yes, Tommy Robinson bad, he protests rapists. The bottom line is, they think that the rapists are going to cause get put on terror attacks if they do not let the rapists do what they want to do. And they think Tommy Robinson is one man, and they can push him around and quietly get rid of him. That's what they have been thinking. But so far it hasn't been so easy for them, because now Tommy Robinson has quite a few followers. So the whole situation could have been avoided if the UK government had just said, okay, thank you for alerting us to these rape gangs, Tommy. We'd like you to help us investigate the rape cases around the UK and the country and help bring them to justice. We see you're a good man. You're trying to preserve law and order. All right. That would solve the problem. Everybody acknowledges rapists are bad, and the government acknowledges that Tommy Robinson would like to help clear up the rape gangs. They should tell him, okay, we will commission you, deputize you to go around and round up the rape gangs, no matter what race or any color or anything. You see my point? That would be an example of the government and law enforcement working with the people instead of working against the people. So these situations, when they're reported, they should be taken care of by the government. But the government is either too lazy, too scared, or trying to buy votes, and they don't want to touch the situation. So they complicate it by causing more problems. And the losers in the end, the biggest losers, are the children and the victims of the rape. Because there's too many people out busy playing politics, and while the kids are being destroyed. It happens in every country, it happens in every culture, every race, every religion. So I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense about we're just targeting the Muslim community. Don't want to hear it. Everybody's involved. And we all need to say, rape bad, pedophilia bad. And then we need to work together to combat it. That's what needs to be done. And if the government had just wanted to work with Tommy Robinson and encouraged him to work rounding up other rape gangs or other rapists in law enforcement, we wouldn't have all of this trouble, rancor, and problems we have today. Once again, corrupt politicians are the root. Because you see, if the government doesn't do their job, law enforcement doesn't do their job, then that's when the citizens start to try to step up and get into activism, and then that's when things start to heat up. So what we need is for these politicians to do their job, fulfill their moral obligations to protect the citizens of their country and protect their children. That is what we need. It is never too late to turn around and do what's right. Let freedom ring.